James Madison was inaugurated as president on March 4, 1809, succeeding Thomas Jefferson, and stayed in office until 1817. In foreign affairs, Madison faced the challenge of the War of 1812, a conflict between the United States and Great Britain that lasted from 1812 to 1815. Madison was a central role in the decision to go to war, and was responsible for leading the country during the conflict. The War of 1812 was fought for a number of reasons. One was a long-standing trade dispute between the United States and Great Britain. The British had implemented a number of policies that disadvantaged American merchants, and the United States was seeking to protect its economic interests. In addition to the trade dispute, the British also practiced the practice of impressment, in which they seized American sailors and forced them to serve in the Royal Navy. Madison believed that going to war was necessary to protect American interests and defend the country's sovereignty. He worked to build a strong national defense and increase funding for the military. The War of 1812 was a difficult conflict for the United States. The country was not fully prepared for the war and faced a number of military setbacks. It ultimately ended in a stalemate, with both sides returning to the status quo. The War of 1812 helped to establish the country's sovereignty and independence from Great Britain, and it also contributed to the development of a national identity. The war increased the government's debt and destroyed important infrastructure in some parts of the country. This included the burning of the White House. Some accomplishments of President Madison were the establishment of a national bank and the implementation of a protective tariff to support American industry. The Second Bank of the United States was established in 1816 and operated until 1836. It played a significant role in stabilizing the national currency and improving the government's financial standing. One of the main purposes of the Second Bank was to issue bank notes, which could be used as currency. The bank was able to issue a reliable and consistent currency, which helped to reduce inflation and stabilize the economy. This was especially important in the early 19th century when the United States was experiencing rapid economic growth. In addition to issuing bank notes, the Second Bank was responsible for managing the government's debt and holding government funds. This improved the government's financial standing and allowed it to fund important projects and initiatives. The Second Bank had numerous branches throughout the United States, which helped improve its accessibility of credit and financial services in different parts of the country. This promoted economic growth and development. The Tariff of 1816 was a protectionism measure that was enacted by the United States government in hopes to promote the growth of American industries. While the country was experiencing rapid industrialization, Congress passed this controversial bill in the face of opposition. It was seen as a protectionist measure that unfairly disadvantaged foreign manufacturers and traders. However, it was supported by many American manufacturers and workers who saw it as a way to protect their jobs and industries. Overall, the Tariff of 1816 was a significant policy measure that had a lasting impact on the U.S. economy and trade relationships. It helped American industries prosper, but led to tensions with other countries and contributed to the growing debate over protectionism and free trade. Overall, James Madison's presidency was marked by challenges, including the War of 1812. However, he made significant contributions to the development